There we go. All
Hello,
right.
everyone. We are live on Facebook with our health chat this one Wellness Wednesday. And today you saw in our comments that we are going to talk about creatine and why we all should be taking this supplement. I'm going to talk to you about what creatine actually is. It is a compound that comes from three amino acids. Creatine is found mostly, and I'm going to cough because I still have a cold. It just comes when it wants. Hold on.
Take a breath. That's okay. You got so excited about it. You're on a roll there. You're muted, Robin. Okay. Oh, you're still
I'm
getting it.
muted because I'm still coughing. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Don't get this bronchitis that I had because it takes forever to go away. All right. So creatine is found mostly in your body's muscles as well as the brain. Most people get creatine through seafood and red meat, though at levels far below those found in synthetically made creatine supplements. So I was going to go first, but I'm going to let Kim go first because I'm
Okay.
choking to death.
Yeah. So Robin was going to give a lot of benefits, and I'm going to talk. She's going to give a little bit more of the uh, uh, educational benefits of it. But I want to talk about this. Few things I want to talk about are a couple studies that I think were really important that I read. It Creatine, what is it? It's amino acid, and Robin was going to talk about that. I know she can fill us in what it is. Our bodies do make creatine, but not enough. And creatine is part of our ATP, our energy source that we need. And poor Robin. And so it's actually an important, critical to our energy and our health. And we don't make enough of it. And especially as we get older, we don't make as much as we used to. So that's why it's really become on the scene for older adults, especially women, because it's been shown to help with brain cognition as well as muscle growth. And muscle growth has been the biggest driver for that people have been using creatine for years. It's the most studied supplement of all. And it's usually, started with gym bros, and now it's reaching out to women bros in the gym space too. That's right. So we think it's really important to talk about because Rob and I both take it, and we are both like totally sold on it because of its benefits. But muscle growth, bone health, and brain cognition, those are all three big things that we need to really focus on as we get older. So it helps with speeding muscle growth. And I know I had come back I had two shoulder surgeries in 20 and 21, and I lost my muscles. And so I've been working hard about getting my muscle strength back again. And I found that when I really started with the creatine, wholeheartedly, like nonstop in January, like I could really see improvements in my muscle tone and in getting my muscles back in my arms. So it's like, yay, that's so exciting. But and it can help with lowering blood sugar levels. I think that's really key. It can reduce fatigue. And so it just kind of it's a kind of an unsung hero. It's very flavorless. It doesn't taste like anything. And what we use is creatine monohydrate. We both use Thorne, that brand. It's a very clean brand. That's a supplement company that's been around for years. They're third party tested, and I trust Thorne.
Uh-oh, now Kim froze. So, my metabolic doctor actually recommended the Thorn to me. So that's how I found about Thorn. Hopefully, Kim unfreezes here shortly. I'll go ahead and, oh, there. Okay, you totally froze. So I just kind of took over there. Um,
Yeah.
and then it was funny because Kim said, that's the one I use. So we both end up using the same one. So I'm going to try to get through what I was going to talk about here without coughing. So it helps in Russell cells produce more energy. So Kim was talking on her stories today and said that she takes hers after her classes. I take mine prior to the classes because I feel like it gives me that burst and helps me have more energy so I can lift heavier. I can do the cardiovascular harder that I need to do. It gives me more energy. So that's why I take mine prior. It supports many other functions of the muscles. So I'm just going to kind of read this to you. It can alter numerous cellular pathways that lead to new muscle growth. For example, it boosts the formation of proteins that can increase the size of muscle fibers. It can also raise levels of insulin like growth factor 1, a hormone that promotes increase in muscle mass. So you get, bigger and stronger. Now, I know a lot of women say, I don't want to have big muscles. Listen, no, it's not going to do that to you. You're not going to we have like a little bit, a little definition. That's what's going to give you. You want to be strong. You want to be able to pick up your groceries when you're 80 years old, in and out of your car. You don't want to have people help you. This is exactly what this supplement's going to do for you. The other thing, it improves the high intensity exercise performance. And that's exactly what we should be doing as we're getting older, those bouts of HIIT, high intensity training. Creatine improves numerous factors: the strength, the ballistic power, sprint ability, muscle endurance, resistance to fatigue, muscle mass, recovery, and then Kim said brain performance too. And there was one more thing I wanted to, and it speeds the muscle growth, right? So you get it
Yep.
even faster.
Yep.
And the dosage recommended is 3 to 5 grams. This is 5 grams with the scoop that Kim and I do. And then Kim, you want to tell them about, I know that there's like some bodybuilders will do like a week of, go ahead.
Yeah, they'll talk about front loading, and which is not necessary, but what that means is they'll take 20 grams a day and for 5 days just to bulk up, or I don't know, get more in their system, and then they'll go to the maintenance level. But I've talked and read so much that it's unnecessary to do that. So
Right.
don't waste money, don't waste your product by front loading like that.
And you've got to
However,
watch too, because it'll make you bloated. If you take too
it
much, it can
yeah,
bother you.
it
Yeah.
can cause you to hold water weight, which I've not noticed that.
Right. Mm-mm.
I've not noticed any bloating with it at all. And I take
No,
it every day. Even days I don't work out, I'll take
me
it.
too. Yep.
Yep. And then the other thing is I want to talk about the study that I just came out in PubMed, and I'll link it below, but it talks about they took women, I can't remember how many, it wasn't a huge study, but they had Alzheimer's, and they gave them 20 grams a day for I think 6 weeks or 12 weeks. And they found improvement in every part of the memory, short-term memory, and just retaining things. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is so hopeful. And I
Yeah.
think that, to me, that's huge. And everything else I've been reading talks about like how older women, hello, like should be taking this before, because it's not just for muscle growth, it's for our
Right.
brain health. And I think protecting your brain at all costs is huge. And so I'm sold on this because it's so studied, and
Yep.
it's not just like this fly by night thing. However, it is, got it when you want a good one. You want creatine monohydrate, just plain creatine monohydrate.
Right.
I've tried a couple of gummies that companies sent me to try, and I wasn't a fan of them. And I don't know if you absorb the gummies as well as the powder, because the powder it mixes very easily in water, whatever you're drinking.
Hmm.
So, that's what I would recommend. What else do you want to add, Robin, about?
Well, from what I've read too, the powder is the better because long time ago before, back when I used to just lift, like I wanted to build big muscle. And before people really knew about creatine, I took it like the gym rats, and
Yeah.
I took it in a dropper, and it was a liquid and you put it under your
Oh,
tongue.
okay.
Now, did I know what kind it was? Probably not at that time. But they say that the liquid is not as good as taking the powder one and mixing it. So the other thing, the study, she just talked about that one for the Alzheimer's. I'm going to talk to you about, there was one with Parkinson's disease. And Parkinson's is rampant, you guys. There's so much Parkinson's. And it said there's a reduction in dopamine levels, which causes brain and cell death, and several serious symptoms, including tremors they get, loss of muscle function, and speech impairments. And it has found that creatine has been linked to beneficial effects in mice with Parkinson's, preventing 90% of the typical drop in dopamine levels. However, there's no evidence that it was the same effect for humans, but still, that's a pretty amazing study that 90%. So,
Wow.
in an attempt to treat the loss of muscle function and strength, those with Parkinson's often weight train, which I teach a Parkinson's class, and we do big bursts with weights, punches and
Mhm.
standing squats, sitting squats. We make them do lunges, like a big, bold lunges, kind of like a hit. I do make them do hit. Yesterday, I had them in and I had them do mountain climbers on the wall because we need to get those muscles moving.
Wow.
Um, so
That's great.
uh, if I had someone's with Parkinson's, I would definitely talk to a doctor and see what they think about getting them on like a dose of creatine daily, to help hopefully reverse, because you can, though, when you work it, just like Alzheimer's, you can, if you do the right things, you can start reversing the issues or delaying
Delay.
the
Yeah.
issues of things
Yeah.
that are happening. um, it talks about too, it can fight other neurological diseases as well, so it does tons of stuff for the brain. What else? I
And one of the things
Fatigue and
that
tiredness. Yeah, go
sticks
ahead.
in my mind is that our brain is one of the biggest energy takers of our body. And that's why
Yes.
creatine is so good for our brain too,
Yeah.
because our brain requires so much energy and that's an easy way to get it. So yeah, I'm trying to protect my brain at all costs.
So talk to your doctors, pick the
Yep.
right one, take the right amount, for you, which is probably going to be that 3 to 5, but highly recommend it.
Yep.
Um, and we just wanted to get it out there because I know a lot of people don't know about it, except for people in the gym. I think a lot of times people think about the people in the gym that are taking those crazy supplements like creatine.
Right.
Well,
Well,
it's
the
not as
creatine is
crazy
not
as
a
we thought.
steroid. Yeah, it's
Right.
not a steroid.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
they do
safe.
get it mixed up with that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
they think it's
Yeah.
an anabolic steroid and it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. And also, and if anybody would like to get, I can offer a 15% discount code it for Thorn supplement if anybody wants it. I don't know if I'll try to put it in the comments and
Okay.
see anybody can take advantage if they'd like. So anyway, thank you for listening to this because I think this is so important and protecting your health, protecting your brain, protecting your muscles, helping you live long and well is what we want to do,
Yep.
so it's
And be
definitely,
strong. Be able to
that's
pick
right.
up those groceries and your grandchildren and you
We want to
know,
age
yeah.
powerfully.
Yeah,
It's not frailly. So I know
exactly.
that's a word, but anyway, it is
Really.
now.
Yeah.
So we hope that you have fun, live young. And next week, we actually have a special guest talking about goat products because goat milk is so healthy for us, goat products. So we're going to be talking about that. And so stay tuned for that because it'll be really good. And we're excited about that. So anyway, take care. Have a good week. Happy 4th of July. Safe 4th of July.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye-bye.